Can you imagine a thing, the value of which was zero or almost had no value 13 years ago, and now it's being traded for 41 lakh rupees? So, isn't it worth enough to know what Bitcoin is, or on a larger scale, what cryptocurrency is and how it works? The first ever cryptocurrency was invented by Satoshi Nakamoto in the year 2008. Satoshi Nakamoto's main objective or motive is clearly evident from the very first line of his framework, which was published in the year 2008. A cryptocurrency is a version of electronic cash that would allow payments to be sent directly from one party to another party without going through a financial institution. For instance, the INR or the rupee we currently use in our country is controlled and regulated by the Central Bank of India, known as the RBI. Likewise, the US dollar is being controlled by the Central Bank of US. But in case of cryptocurrency, there is no financial institution or government having a control over its trade or usage. Back then, cryptocurrency was just an idea, but today the market of cryptocurrency has evolved and it is such a huge market which involves crores and crores of rupees. In order to understand the concept of cryptocurrency, we need to first understand the evolution of money in our economic history. From time to time, money has been compared and represented in different forms. In the inception of civilization, people used to barter food grains, vegetable, fruits, animals, etc. in exchange of other. Later, people started to realize that they needed something else which could last a little longer and hence started exchanging or trading goods with gold, silver and other precious metals. Carrying gold, silver was not an easy task, and this is where the paper currency came into existence. Slowly and slowly, with the advent of technology, we have moved from paper currency to cashless banking system. Have you ever imagined we already have internet banking system, UPIs, credit card, debit card, all of it already in existence? Then why do we need cryptocurrency? Even if cryptocurrency has come into existence, how different is it from the existing banking system? To understand this difference, we need to first understand how the current banking system works, and then we need to understand how a cryptocurrency works. Today, if I have to buy something using my bank credit or debit card, all I do is to give the shopkeeper my card details. The shopkeeper then goes to the bank and asks the bank if I have sufficient balance in my account. And in case if I have sufficient balance in my account, the bank then alters its book, that is to show the movement from my account to the shopkeeper's account. And for all this trouble, the bank will charge a fee. Now just imagine if I have to remove bank from the entire transaction. Who else will maintain the record without altering them? I definitely will not trust you. Or I will never trust a single person, but I might trust everybody. The idea is to not have a central record of transaction. Instead, the copies of ledger is distributed to various bookkeepers across the world. So to buy something using my cryptocurrency, all I have to do is give the shopkeeper my details. The shopkeeper will then go to all the bookkeepers, not one, but all the bookkeepers who are spread across the world to verify if I have sufficient balance. And in case if I have sufficient balance, all the bookkeepers will alter their books and record the transactions in their ledgers. So if I try to alter or to manipulate my ledger, but all other bookkeepers will not agree to the change and the entire transaction will get rejected. The technology or the framework of cryptocurrency is such that the chance of manipulation or alteration becomes next to impossible, because not just one person but a lot of bookkeepers across the globe maintains the same ledger. Now in reality, these bookkeepers are nothing but supercomputers. So we have computers spread across the globe who maintain the same ledger and record each and every transaction. From the above mechanism, we understand that in the current banking system, that is when we make payment using cards, UPI or internet banking services, we are totally dependent on bank and other financial institution. The fact is that when we deposit money in the bank, we give bank the permission to lend the money the way they like. If we have analyzed the recent trends, we will then understand the bank in the recent times have inefficiently been lending loans to big industrialists without verifying their credit worthiness. This in turn makes the loan a bad debt and then results in an NPA. So this is the main reason a lot of people out there believe in cryptocurrency, where there is no central control of the money, where there's no government or any financial institution laying down any rules and regulation or the hard-earned money of normal people. One more main advantage of cryptocurrency is the easy transfer of money. In the current banking system, if a person has to make a payment outside India, it will take him or her at least 4 to 5 hours. But that is not the case with the cryptocurrency. Payments, whether in India or outside India, takes fraction of seconds. Every coin has two sides. We have already seen the brighter side of cryptocurrency. But let's now see the dark side of cryptocurrency. As we have already learned that there is no government rules or regulation laid over cryptocurrency, there has been an increase in illegal activities like tax evasion, smuggling, hawala transaction or money laundering in the market. Another disadvantage of using a cryptocurrency is that it is highly volatile in nature. A tweet or a comment on cryptocurrency by any influential person makes the market unstable and you can see the prices of cryptocurrency going up and down. Another small disadvantage of using a cryptocurrency is that high usage of electricity or fossil fuels. I'll tell you why. Because there is not one record that is maintained, but there are thousands and crores of records which are maintained by computers across the globe. And to maintain these books, we require supercomputers, which takes and consumes a lot of electricity. So cryptocurrency has both good and bad sides. So this is all about cryptocurrency. In case if you have found the video informative, please like the video and subscribe to my channel. Until next time, stay healthy, stay tuned. Thank you.